Hey, what's up everybody? BDF 44 coming at you with another video. Alright. Well, this is potentially my last walk down to my favorite store. Get my bread, my business. In that way, you know what I mean? I really appreciate the bread that's over here at the Armenian store. So my intention is to try to get there and grab that bread for one last time potentially, unless there's an extension offered to me upon checkout tomorrow if I don't have nowhere to go. Which I don't think is too crazy given the fact I don't know where to go right now and it's almost 11 o'clock a.m. But I still got the rest of this day and tonight to try to either book a hotel or find something or whatever. And you hate to have to do this last minute, but that's just how this is going. That's exactly how I handled it. And to a point, I'm also waiting for people to call me back in regards to different programs that I called last night. There's still other programs I can call, and I just feel like a whole 180 from what I did yesterday. Yesterday was defeatist. I could barely walk down the street without feeling like my legs were heavy. It was just so much bad energy surrounding my circumstance, and even though the circumstance is even worse today because obviously we're closer to the end of it, I just feel like the Lord has done a lot to help me in my outlook feel so much better. And so I don't feel nothing like I did yesterday. It's an entirely different day, and just rolling with the punches of this day. And it's been good thus far, really good actually. I woke up after a really nice dream which set the tone for me, and saw some good content as I was shaving my head, watching Ocho Cinco and Shannon Sharp talk about different things. And they really need their own show. Those two are great together. They got fantastic chemistry. But you know, I'm just going out here to get my bread. That's it. Maybe grab a couple apples, maybe some bananas as well. But I gotta be mindful that I gotta be able to transport everything wherever I'm going. So it's very wise for me not to bring up too much or to assume that there may be a big fridge where I'm going or anything like that. But there's no need for me to worry about the fridge aspect of it when it comes to fruit like that, bananas and apples. Apples can usually I put in the fridge, but you definitely don't put no bananas in the fridge, so I'm not too worried about that. But yeah, I ain't listened to the video I made the last two videos I ain't listened to yet. And I always use the word listen even though they're videos, but I usually put my headphones on and walk away from the camera. I don't usually watch myself talk. I think of these more as an audio, and I may end up doing a podcast, an audio podcast or something like that, because that's kind of how I most experience my own stuff. Yeah, I feel blessed today. Still very much fatigued and feel the stress of yesterday still kind of weighing on me because it took a lot out of me yesterday. I was joking last night before I went to sleep, and I said, man, I feel like I aged about 5 years today. I was like, God, you really put some age on me with all this heavy stress I dealt with. But at the same time, it's like, you know, he gave me the strength within all of that stressful nature to have that conversation with my uncle. And that was the most difficult part for me. It's just knowing that I didn't have the funds for anything. You know, push come to absolute shove, I can just take the money that my uncle gives me and check into a one-day hotel and then just figure out what to do from there. But right now I wouldn't have enough to even get into that, in theory. Although today I know of a hotel that's $66. So if I can get myself down there, I could check into that today if things were to get that bad. But tomorrow's checkout, not today. So there should be no reason why that would be the case. I do have tonight for me to lay my head somewhere that's already paid for. So that's a blessing in and of itself. When I hear about what my friends going through here, you know, I was telling you guys that my buddy told me that one of my good friends, I think I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, I want to go this way on this one. One of my good friends is going through a tough time. And you know, he's a similar situation to myself, only he'd been out here a little longer and such, you know what I mean, without getting too much of it. But it just becomes a situation where you understand, like, it's hard. California's hard right now. I'm not gonna lie to anybody. It's that simple, man. If you really want to thrive and you're a Californian, you really can't take your foot off the gas on nothing. You gotta have more than one stream of income. You can't have no mental health issues keeping you from doing it. And unfortunately, I'm one of those people who does. You know, I really do. And I'm not mad at myself about that no more. I don't care for that, because at the end of the day, I'm what the Lord made me to be. And so as I struggle in my city, knowing that they're trying to push people like me out of my city, I just understand that they're gonna have to get through my God first. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to get through my God first. And when he's ready to move me on from here, regardless how hard it is to live out here, I'll be gone from this place. Just like when he's ready to push me out of here, I'll be gone from this earth. You know, so yesterday I was about ready for that. And today I had every intention of probably going through with that, because I told him I have one day left. You get one day, God. If I'm still feeling horrible, I'm jumping. I'm going to the highest point, I'm jumping. But today, it's a new day and I don't feel like jumping off another. It don't mean I'm gonna survive the day, because anything can happen. But as far as me looking to take my own life, I don't feel that way today. Not at all. And to be honest with you, I got a lot of love for God, and I think that he can do a lot more for me on this earth right now, having gone through these things, than he probably would be able to if I hadn't gone through these things, you know? I'm much more useful to this earth because of what I just did, what I just went through, what I just put myself through, and why ultimately all this is transpiring the way that it is in my favor, more or less, for me to feel better, is because I know that he ain't done with me yet. And you know, when he gives me a dream, it shows me I'm holding a daughter, that is hope. That's hope. One of the biggest problems I have with trying to motivate myself to do anything within this mental health issue is the purpose of putting myself through anything that I don't like. When I'm not coming home to no family, not coming home to no kids, no wife. It's why I think my mental health has such a hold on me in regards to working and not wanting to do things I don't want to do. If I had a little daughter like that, if Dominic was a real person, I would be more than eager to do whatever I need to do to make sure that she was eating. It wouldn't even be the same perspective on work, because I know I'm coming home to unconditional love. That's my responsibility to feed. I was coming home to nothing. And I think that's the difference. I really do. For a man my age, and you don't have nothing as far as family of your own, you don't want to do anything that doesn't feel right to you, especially if you're super creative like I am. And I saw a post this morning that said the world would be a better place if all of us just do art projects and eat fruit. But instead we got things like taxes and credit. And then somebody else posted, yeah, but we also like indoor plumbing and things like that has to be funded. So if we were all eating fruit, we'd also be using the bathroom and back houses and stuff like that. And there's balance to that, I agree. But I am one of those people that want to do art and eat fruit. Like, I actually am one of those human beings. And one of the reasons why I don't want to do all that other stuff is because there's really no point for me. If I'm preserving my life, then I want to preserve my life to do the things I enjoy to do. And if I'm preserving my life to live for you without anything to come home to, I don't want to live that way at all. There's no reason for me to live. That's not a life worth preserving to me. Yeah, I want to self-preserve the body so I don't suffer, but like, if I'm just running to work, I hate work, and I'm coming home, and I don't even have time to enjoy what I do at night at home because I got to turn around and go back to work, that's not life for me, man. That is not living for me. Now, maybe for you it is. Maybe you have a different perspective on that. But for me, this is well not be here. Seriously. But if you give me a kid or a family and got a wife and some, then it's like, all right, I'm going to that job and I'm going to sleep 6 hours and getting up to work 10 hours or whatever it's going to be, because I'm going to make sure she's straight. And as I see her grow from my efforts, she getting bigger. She's smiling every morning. She's going to school, coming back with good grades. And it's like, all right, this is worth it. This is why I suffer this trash job. This is why I got to deal with boss number 3. This is why I got to deal with public number 2. Whoever's not being nice to me. I can be whatever I need to be for that, because she would be the purpose. And so that's what I'm lacking in my life. There's no purpose for that. There's no perfect purpose for me. And so because there's no purpose for me, I look at life and I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. I don't need to do this. I'm just working to live, to work to live. I don't believe in that. In fact, I reject the notion of that, especially when I know of what I know in regards to what money is doing in the stock market and various different things, how they stealing from the Congo and all that. It's like, man, money is everywhere. You just got to be able to get to it. I don't want to work for you to get to it. unless there's a reason, unless I can see my child grow, unless my wife is coming home and I get to, do the whole family thing that makes it worth it. I don't have that in my life because my anxiety has robbed me of a lot of that, or circumstances just make it so I don't have that yet. But when the Lord gives me a dream where I have it, even if I'm a single father, I'm still, even the struggle of that makes it worth it, because it's like, I'm coming home, I'm cultivating life. I'm coming home and I'm raising a human being, somebody that I can want for more than I want for my own self in regards to my happiness. I can put down whatever I need to put down. I can pick up whatever I need to pick up to make sure she's fed. And I'm sure if you're a father or a mother, you know exactly what it is that's the void in my life right now. You know what it is that's missing. You know what it is that I'm not blessed to not have. And I'm aware of that too. A lot of y'all don't want the family that you have or playing around with that. I heard of circumstances going around the internet. I don't know how much truth it is to it. They're saying that Remy Ma cheated on Papoose and that kind of thing. I don't know their circumstance. For all I know, they were having trouble at home and they agreed to part ways, and now they're just letting us know about it in this way to gain publicity and upstart the career of the gentleman that's supposedly the person she's now talking to. That's what I think it actually is. They're using that publicity. Yeah, $1. How cool is that? Not $1. Maybe that's a sign. You know what I mean? That the thing is that money's coming. I don't know, but the point is maybe that's what it is with them. Like, I don't know their situation, but the way this being presented to us is he held her down while she was in jail for a long time over shooting her cousin, coming to see her every day. I saw a clip of him saying it hurt him financially to do that. Coming to see her at prison every day was killing him financially and holding the family down by himself, even though they didn't have their child yet, that kind of thing. But it's like that true love, they want us to think that true love has no hope. If Papoose can't keep his wife after being so down, how could we, any of us, Joe Blow, keep ours? Why should we ever be loyal? And I tell y'all, man, we got to be careful about these messages that's being sent to us in regards to breaking up our family structure. It's always some black folks with some messed up disruption right there for us to see within their family structure. Something that either they saying that they don't need each other, or they, telling the world with their fame that you don't need to believe in love. And now this, the one who was most loyal, the one who was the best of us black men, the one who held his wife down no matter what, now getting cheated on. In the situation, I just look at that as an agenda, man, and Pap and Remy need to be careful not to push that agenda with their truth, with the reality of their truth. They better be aware of what it is that's being said in regards to that, what's being shown to us in regards to that. That's not helpful, and nobody's gonna believe in love in that way. They're not gonna believe that the black family structure can stay together when you see stuff like that. You know what I mean? Black man gotta have money or he can't keep his woman. Black man had the game rigged against him in regards to money, and the only way he's going to get money is either if he get lucky, basically, and have his business thrive, or do some illegal stuff that's ultimately going to get his money taken from him and have him thrown in jail. We need to know that within our situations as black folks specifically. We need to know that. While the images of us is being told we better have or else we can't keep love, we better know that there are people rigging that against us, so that you don't have money. And they're telling you this so that you don't believe in love, so that you don't have family structure, so that you don't have what the Lord was showing me and he wants for me, minus the wife, which in point is probably the problem. There wasn't no wife there. It was just me and Dominique, or Dominic, or whatever his name was. And it's like, that's not what I want for myself. Dominique needs a mom. And I need to make sure that I'm the right type of person to make sure mom stay in my life or whatever, make sure I'm picking the right mom so that she will have me. I was born in a household with just my mother. My mom and dad weren't together. And there's a lot of things that I didn't get because of it. There's a lot of conditioning that was not in place because my father wasn't present. You know what I mean? So it's like, look, I don't push that. I don't push that. Even though I think I would be happy with the child, I'd be much more happy in a full-fledged family structure with two people together. And look, the girl that I got my eyes on is not black. That don't mean I don't fight for black love to stay together. That don't mean that I don't believe that black people can stay together. If the Lord don't want me to be with who I'm looking at, maybe a black woman come into my life and that'll be acceptable to y'all. But we need to stop telling each other that we're not on each other's side just because we find ourselves combined with somebody that's from another race. Because I fight tooth and nail for black women. And the last woman I dated was black. You know what I mean? So that's another narrative they try to keep out there. Like, ooh, black folks, unless you choose a black woman or unless you choose a black man, you are not really on the side of black, because in order to build the black structure, you know, that's not true. You just have to know who you are, love yourself enough to know that even if you didn't choose a black spouse, you got a black mom or a black dad. And most importantly, you have a half black child or half black children, and they're going to be raised black in this society, whether they like it or not. And so we just got to love each other enough to do that. To speak to that in a positive way, and regardless of who it is you choose to lay down with. I resent that, because I'd have been acceptable if I stayed with my ex, who wasn't meant for me, you know what I mean, just because she was black in a lot of people's eyes. That's the way it's supposed to be. Not if that ain't the situation that's best for me. Not if the woman that I actually am most meshed with in line and spirit in life just happens to be of another energy or in another race or something. Because at the end of the day, a lot of us are biracial. When you look back into our past, not everybody what you see is what you think you see. They're not all one race. This world's been spinning for a long time, man. So I just want to tell people, man, I don't believe in that. I can still fight for black stuff and not having a black woman. You know what I mean? And if you follow me long enough, you know that. Just like I fight for black stuff when I have no woman. I'm not in a relationship now. But I don't want people to think that if I happen to get in a relationship with a woman that's not black, that I have less of an interest in black success or black family structure staying together. Or that I'm going to let people talk crazy about black women. That's not going to happen. And the woman I end up with going to need to know that too. Because my mom was black, my sisters are black, and all of that. That doesn't mean that I don't love you. But anyway, it's time to go get my bread. I'll holler at y'all when I get back out. BDF 44.